like a ball.
If you never develop a sense of purpose, you're gonna go walking through life very aimlessly. And a lot of bad things happen whenever you never develop a sense of purpose, all right? So it's vitally important that you guys listen to this chapter, do what the chapter says, in my opinion. And it's my favorite chapter in the book. It's pretty much my favorite chapter in the whole book. Right next to Death Denial, chapter 13. And the other favorite chapter of mine is Determining the Strength of People's Character. Those three chapters are my favorite ones, okay? So let's begin this, okay? Why is people talking about how old am I? Jesus Christ. Okay, let's begin this, okay? All right, so I'm going to be reading off the notes, okay, because I obviously have notes written down here, and that's how we're going to be doing it. I'm not going to act like I'm talking for my own, something that I created. These are the notes, and this is how this book club works. I read the notes that I write, and then I'll give you guys my opinion based on the notes that I write, okay? So it says, we humans are complex, right? We have our rational side, and then we have our irrational sides to our character. Because of this lack of cohesion, because our rational sides and our irrational sides are always in conflict with each other, right? So it's very hard to have a feeling of direction, to have a sense of direction when so many different forces are pulling us this way and pulling us that way. We have the voices of our parents, the voices of our mothers, the voices of babies sticking their tongue outside us, you know. It's because of this lack of cohesion, we have a muddy understanding of what we're meant to do in life because we have so many voices inside of us. Because of this aimlessness, some people might choose to immerse themselves in addictions for other forms of pleasure. Anything that would distract us from the pain that it has impaired on us. I remember, like, even a year ago, before I started doing art, people, I was very depressed at that time, right? Before I did art, I was very depressed. And I remember, and don't get me wrong, I was doing YouTube and I felt some purpose. But there was nothing that I could have done to remove that depression until I found my purpose, which was not my purpose, but until I found a sense of purpose. And that sense of purpose, I found it through art. You see what I'm saying? As soon as I did that, it's almost like the depression turned into motivation. It was pretty weird, right? But we're going to be talking about how we could turn those negative emotions into a positive, right? But whenever you don't have a sense of purpose, a lot of people will end up in addictions. A lot of people will end up settling for things that they don't want to settle for, right? A lot of people will end up looking for other forms of pleasure, like going to prostitutes, becoming addicted to women, right? Becoming addicted to just an overall addiction to pleasure. In other words, social media, wanting validation, always on your phone. Whenever you don't have a sense of direction, you naturally sway towards things that lower your vibration, right? And the only solution to this is developing a high sense of purpose. And that comes from deep within. Something that is connected to your individuality, connecting to the thing that makes you you from the core, right? This will bring you integration and direction into your life. And if you don't, it'll send you signs of your, if you don't find your sense of purpose, then your inner calling, your inner voice, the voice that speaks to you will talk to you through feeling bored, through feeling unease, through feeling frustrated, through feeling angry, through feeling envious of other people's success, right? The voice of your calling speaks to you sometimes in the negative. You just feel bored for some reason. You just feel like your life has no purpose for some reason. That is not a reason to cry or to bitch. That is the voice inside of you is speaking to you, right? And what you gotta do is go in the opposite direction. Not in a direction to satisfy that pain through pleasure and drugs, like I sometimes do, but through doing or finding something that will completely immerse your focus. Through trying to find something that will completely bring you peace. In other words, looking at what in your past brought flow. For me, it was art. For me, it was becoming a teacher when I was younger, right? Everyone is different. And we're going to talk about how to find that purpose, but for now, this is just the introduction, so please bear with me, okay? This voice is not the voice of your ego. that wants instant gratification. It comes from within, from the abstract of your psyche. It absorbs you in whatever task that you're doing that fits your inclination. But listening to this voice takes a lot of introspection and practice. Listening to this voice prevents detours and other problems that life brings. But once you decide to be on this course, once you listen to this voice, once you have a sense of your calling, there is no going back. Your course is set. Deviating from it will bring pain and unease. You see what I'm saying? In other words, once you find that purpose, once you feel how it feels like to have a sense of purpose, deviating from it will just bring pain to you. It's simple as that, right? And that is the cause for a lot of people. That's why they just feel so unfulfilled in life. They just don't know where they're going. They don't feel that reason to wake up. Their work is not connected to their calling, so they're not really that creative. They don't put their whole hearts into it. You know, the world that we live in has so much choice that people react in two ways, right? The world that we live in is very chaotic. The world that we live in has a lot of is always moving and is always changing. It's very dynamic, and it's not as slow moving as it was in the past, right? So people who don't have a sense of purpose react to this kind of chaos in two different ways. One, they choose to want to do everything, right? They choose to want to experiment and not get good at one thing. They choose to just try a whole bunch of things without really committing to one thing. They choose to indulge in their freedom and will decide to figure things out later on in life. This will become their source of motivation, right? The other way of dealing with this kind of chaos is to become frightened by the chaos. What motivates you then is finding stability in this unstable world. We settle into things, into the first relationship that comes to us, the first job that arrives. Both paths laid, both paths lead to the same road. Trying so many different things, we never really get good at anything. We never really focus because we're used to distracting ourselves and trying new things, right? Even when you settle as a result of fear, after a while, when you hit your 30s, you're gonna begin to feel like you really didn't achieve your potential. You're gonna feel like something within you was taken away. You'll grow resentful to life. You'll always be going around on a daily basis envying young people. You'll be walking around continually regretting the fact that you didn't do nothing in your 20s, right? That's what happens when you settle, when you take the easy path. And you know what? I don't blame people for this. Like, this is something that do what's best for you. But just realize that there's more risk in settling. Actually, I don't know, to be honest with you. I truly don't know. I mean, everyone's path is different, and I'm not going to tell you what to do because, some people settle and they're happy with it. But I just seen a lot of stories of people settling and then, like, you settle for the first relationship, and it's like you really hit it at the park in the first pitch, really? Or was it the fact that you just didn't want to deal with the pain of finding the right person and being patient? You were too much in a rush. That's not how you want to make your decision, right? In your 30s, it's not too late, people. There's no such thing as being too late. As soon as you tap into your calling, it could be in your 30s, 40s, and 50s. As long as you tap into it, that is all that matters. As long as you tap into it, it is all that matters, man. And I don't know how to deal with the fact that maybe you feel regretful that you wasted a good portion of your life. I don't know how to deal with that, to be quite honest with you. I truly don't. But it's always good to just keep focusing on what's in front of you and forget about the past, right? Because some things we just can't change, and I don't know how to help with that. There are better people for that, unfortunately.
All right, ladies. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, which is part of my Robert Greene book club, which you could become a member, become a toxic gang member, and join. Because in the Mindful Attraction Academy, you get videos that I don't post on YouTube, that I would never post on YouTube, specifically for those who pay. And it's very cheap. It's like a cup of coffee, right? Let me explain to you, right? The $1 per month, you guys can get one video per week. No, one video per month that I don't post on YouTube, right? And that's pretty much for people who just want to support me, because I know a lot of you guys want to do this, right? The second one is a $5 per month, which is the cup of coffee one, right? Which I call it the purposeful gang, where you get 2 or 3 videos per week that I don't post on YouTube anywhere else, okay? After that, you get the $10 per month, where I'll give you credit in each video that I edit. So that's like 1 video per week. You get the credit. You can put dickweed in it, and I'll still put dickweed in the credits, right? So it doesn't matter. You could prank me in that way. Who cares, right? After that, you become part of the book club, where I'll post videos 2 times a month, right? And those videos are based on the Robert Greene book club, the Robert Greene book, and I go over all of his books, right? So I put the videos in the form of videos and in form of audio, so that you guys can actually download it. Oh, sorry. So that you guys can actually download it when I'm not there, right? You see, this is part of it. It's just how it is. It's pretty cool, right? So that's the $20 per month, and then after that you have the $25 per month. By the way, every benefit adds on to the other one. So if you become part of the book club gang, you also get the 2 videos per week, right? So then you have this one, which is kind of crazy, the $25 per month, where I'll make a video based on the question that you have. So you can ask me a question and I'll make 1 video on it. Only $25 a month, right? That's a bargain, because my coaching sessions could go up to $200, right? This one, you can ask me a question, I'll make a video. It's on Patreon exclusively, right? I mean, it's in the Mindful Attraction exclusively, and it's pretty affordable. After that, and you get the Robert Greene book club videos. It's pretty goddamn good bargain. It's a lot of work for me though. After that, you get the Mindful Master, where you get all those benefits, and on top of that, you get a drawing by your local YouTuber, and I'll send it to you in the form of an image, or you could pay for shipping, and I'll send it to you to your house from your favorite YouTuber. 20 to 30 minute sketch review. And you get all of the other benefits. You get the questions per month, you get the book club, and you get to 2 videos per week. You could do this as a way to support me, or as a way to get more exclusive content that I don't post on YouTube, okay? Follow me there. YouTube might close the channel. That's also why I'm doing this, to secure myself in case YouTube closes it. I have this as a way to back me up so that I can continue teaching you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. I really appreciate every single one of you guys, and I hope that we continue this for decades to come. Stay toxic and subscribe, or I'm closing the channel. Stay toxic.